I don't know, it's like some machine, and I think they put the body in, and you just get a canister with like that person's ashes, and that's the funeral setup. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of EXE Not Working with Chad and Chunk.
On today's episode, we're gonna have Chunk explain the new anime Cyberpunk to Chad. That's me. So let's get right on to it.
Okay, but yeah, so Cyberpunk was actually a game.
Oh,
it came out
okay.
like 2 years back.
It's a city of dreams, and I'm a big dreamer.
So it's a very typical plot. We have our main lead, David Martinez.
Is this not set in Japan?
No, it's set in the fictional city called Night City. So and then there's our main lead, Lucy.
Oh, okay.
So she's the girl. She's like the only one who survives.
What?
Yeah, I
Go
mean,
on.
you actually kind of see that coming very early on. It becomes very obvious after like when once the first character dies, you know they're gonna like mop them all down.
Oh no!
What kind of place is this?
So I told you, right? This kid, he goes to this fancy school, but he sticks out like a sore thumb because he's not well off, like unlike his other classmates.
So he's poor. Just
He's
say
poor.
it.
He's like really poor. I think they treat him bad. They bully him.
Okay. Oh my god, did you like go backwards? Because I don't think this is like,
It's not very Gen Z behavior.
no one like shames on someone because they're poor. But yeah.
But yeah, so basically he
Coming
gets treated badly.
Mm.
Then he goes and he gets like this dupe version of this software he needs for school. But since he gets a dupe version, it sort of fires the system.
Oh shit.
And he gets into trouble, and his mother has to pay for all of that. And they're like really poor. And like when he's coming back home and he's talking, obviously he gets into an accident. I saw this coming like the minute I saw the mom. I'm like, they're gonna kill you off, aren't they?
Oh my
And she
god.
gets killed off immediately in episode 1. When they get into that accident, they have a certain crew who will come and like pick people up if they've like got into an accident. It wasn't like an accident, like somebody attacked them.
Oh.
So people do come and like check up, and then they just said, oh, she's not registered, and they just left her there on the road to die, and they went. And like even the bill the doctor gives, I don't know if that's the bill. This thing literally says, for our funeral services, you have option A, option B.
Oh
And
my
since you're like, if you can't afford that, and they give like this option, and it literally like, I don't know, it's like some machine, and I think they put the body in, and you just get a canister with like that person's ashes, and that's the funeral setup. And that kid just goes through all of this by himself, and I'm like, this is like really, really dark. Like that set the tone, and I felt like it makes sense.
Meanwhile,
When he commutes, he sort of meets this girl called Lucy, and she steals chips from people.
Okay.
And
I'm not even gonna question it. I just know, like, it's the future. We're all embedded.
I will show you pictures. You have chips, and see these different chips. They can give you like different abilities. So, for example, if you put like, I guess, a kung fu chip or something, you have the ability to be like a kung
Whoa! I want one of those.
fu. And then you sort of meet the gang. You meet the boss of the gang, or like the head. His name is Maine. And you meet like another hacker of sorts named Kiwi. All of them are like adults, like Dorio, Maine. They were all adults.
Okay.
And that was a lolly. Apparently, there's this lolly called Rebecca, and apparently they said no, we don't need the lolly, and they were like, the lolly stays. The animation team Trigger, they said the lolly stays.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
So at first he's just doing this for the cash. Like, he's a kid.
Yeah.
He has no source of income, and his only parent is dead.
Of
So to pay the rent, to just make days go, he says, okay, cool, I will do this with you, this stealing the chips thing with you.
Okay.
As long as it like gives me some cash. And he does it for that. Eventually, he gets roped in with a bigger gang.
Oh, okay.
Like I told you, he meets the gang. And they sort of do these missions together. Basically, they're like mercs. Mercenaries. Yeah.
Okay.
So they just go around taking jobs, odd jobs, not
Okay.
necessarily odd jobs, a lot of death involving, killing involving jobs. In like one of those quests, they literally kidnap like an executive of this big company called Arasaka.
Oh, okay.
And that's where shit starts going down because they kidnap this person. Right before this, when the first character dies, what happens is like they just see this bystander and he's like just pissing, and you can clearly see something's wrong with him.
Okay.
And this bystander just kills a character called Pillar out of nowhere. And then they say it's psychosis or something, where you lose control of yourself, your body, and you just become a killing machine. And like it goes into a full-blown attack, and they finally kill him and put him down.
Mother trucker, dude! That hurt like a butt cheek on a stick.
And you realize there's something called psychosis, or where you just go crazy after a point of time because of all the metal on you.
Okay, so this is like a side effect of being a robot.
Yeah, cyborg, not a robot. And they have like their own medication / I'm pretty sure it's like some kind of steroid. They call it chrome.
Okay.
And they need to keep taking it to like keep it all to your body. You see, it's made in a very realistic way. You don't get to have all this without side effects.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
Which is kind of cool, right? I mean, they show like the nitty gritty.
Correct.
And the main thing about this show is he has like this one. It's like a spine, but I believe it's slow spine, and you can just move like really, really fast.
Okay.
So I suppose it has something to do with your nervous system. He calls it Sandy. Okay, so he can use it and harness it really, really well, even better than like pros. And one more thing that you constantly see in the show is that this kid constantly keeps saying, "Yeah, I'm special. I'm special." That's the only thing that keeps him going.
Wait a minute! Who are you?
Meanwhile, back in the lowlands.
So one of the characters, like I told you, once they introduced this concept of turning into a cyber psycho, one of the members who has like, he's called Main, he's like the head. He has like massive chrome implants and he sort of goes into he turns into a cyber psycho after that. Okay. Not completely, he just like goes in and out of it. Keeps taking chrome to keep him a little bit more like to reality. And the executive,
okay.
He wakes up. And he's talking to David. And Lucy's done something and Main just walks in and they try to shock him back into like, unconsciousness, but his heart flatlines and immediately as soon as like, something goes wrong with a client. Remember I told you, right, like this hospital people or the task force, something like that. They come, so immediately as soon as their client's heart flatlines, they sort of pop up and these guys are surrounded. So they tell David and Lucy to like run away, get to the car, while like Main and Dorio take like the lead. Eventually Dorio falls, and I actually did not see Dorio. I thought Main might go crazy and kill Dorio, but it was kind of nice that she fell first, and Main grieved for it, and while he was still sane, he just decided to end everything, and he blows himself up. And David's there, and they say like this farewell, and he gives David his arm, and David just runs back to the car with his arm. After all this end and all, you sort of have like this weird silence, and boom, I don't know how many years into the future, or if it's even been years, you see a much more completely completely mechanized David. And his hands, his legs, his torso, it's all almost cyborg. He's like, I think he's completely done over. Like you could see him. He's a bit more buffer. He's grown as a person. He's taken over. He's leading the team now.
So what about Lucy?
So Lucy leaves the gang, but she and David stay together in the same apartment. They're a thing of sorts.
Okay.
Eventually,
Flashback.
you find out that Lucy was actually like I wouldn't say human experimentation. They never fully explain it, but they keep telling a bunch of kids to go back to like some old web and find something, but they don't know what they're looking for. And like apparently stray AI started killing these kids, and Lucy's like the only survivor. Not the only survivor. She and a bunch of kids try to escape, and then they shoot down all the kids, and Lucy's the only survivor in that, and she somehow makes it to Night City. So she says, yeah, she tells her story, and you see David starting to fall apart. He's starting to lose himself. There's too much chrome on him. So eventually, after capturing Lucy, you find out the whole thing was about protecting David. So that the whole reason why that guy flatlined back then was because she deleted a certain file regarding David. Well, since David uses the Sandy so well, they wanted him to be a part of a much larger project. And like they wanted to experiment on him.
And she was protecting
She
him.
protected him, and that led to like the death of May and Adorio. And so I think she blames herself for it, and basically she was going through a lot. And I don't think she was that emotionally for David, and I think David also knew that. So you see a lot of these things. Eventually it all falls into, he falls for the trap. He actually sets on that mechanism on himself. And he says, you know what, I've done it anyway, I'm just gonna go save Lucy. And he saves Lucy, and Lucy's dream is to go to like the moon. So yeah, in the end, you see him live up and he dies. And all these characters that you've gotten attached to have also except like Rebecca, she didn't get the death she deserved. She was just annihilated on spot for no reason.
Oh my god.
It made sense for Lucy to be the sole survivor in some ways.
Okay.
The survivor who you are.
So it's like a back to, like it's like a circle. She's again the sole survivor of whatever this is.
It's kind of sad.
Yeah, she was the survivor of the whatever it was last time, and now she's the survivor. That's really sad.
Yeah, I didn't think of it this way. My God, it's horrifying. There's this conversation which they have, where Lucy says, cyberpunks aren't remembered by how they live. They're remembered by how they die.
Of course.
And that only when you die that way.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So that was the video. If you guys like this video, don't forget to like, comment what you thought about Cyberpunk if you watched it or if you're gonna watch it. If you guys like videos like this, please do subscribe to us. Alright, so see you guys next week.